Time for us to talk auto, and of course I've got with me Yomi Bosude of Auto-Centric Garage.
Yes,
Today we're going to be talking about something that has to do with, you mentioned scaffold.
I didn't say scaffolding. It's not construction.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Intake manifold. Signs of a bad intake manifold or busted manifold. Intake manifold.
Okay.
Now on the car you have two basic manifolds. You have the intake and the outlet manifold.
Okay.
Yes. So today we're looking at the intake. The intake manifold really just helps you manage the air that comes into your engine.
Oh, that's what the whole complicated.
Yeah, because it says intake
manifold.
So it's a manifold.
Can we see what the manifold looks like?
It's over here. It's over here. You might not see. Yeah. Good. So okay, let me make this a bit easier.
Okay.
So this is your intake manifold.
Okay. So where's the outlet?
The outlet is behind.
Behind, okay.
Yes.
So all four are the intake.
Yeah, all this four.
1,
Because
2, 3,
3, 4. Yes, because it's a 4-cylinder vehicle.
Okay.
So if it's a 6-cylinder
so when you hear
vehicle,
4-cylinder, it's about the manifold.
Yeah, no, it has 4 cylinders. There are cylinders in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you hear 6-cylinder, it means it has 6. When you hear V8, it has 8 cylinders.
Wow.
And the engine is in a V shape. So you have 4 cylinders this one, 4 this way. So you have a V shape.
Oh.
That's a V8.
Okay.
But I've also heard some people say V4. There's nothing like V4.
Oh.
Because the V comes from this way the engines are put in.
Put together.
Yes, put together.
Oh, wow. Okay, so tell
back
me
to
more
the intake
about
manifold.
this. Yeah.
So this intake manifold, when it goes bad, you can have your car rough idle. It can start to misfire. Okay, let me break it down. It can start to not work fine. It starts to shake.
Shake?
Yes.
Shake how?
Shake. The car starts to vibrate. You start to feel
that vibration thing.
When the engine is running.
Yeah.
You know, ordinarily when you turn on your engine, it should run smoothly.
Yeah.
And your car stays stable.
Yeah.
When the RPM, that's the 1, 2, 3 side of it, that's called the RPM, starts to shake and doesn't stay stable.
Okay.
So you can have, these are part of the symptoms that can make that happen.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So this is your intake manifold.
Okay.
So some intake manifolds are made of cast or aluminium, and some are plastic, like this Toyota Corolla. It's plastic.
Okay.
So you can imagine if it's cracked, you have air escaping. Remember that your car's mix, intake combustion mix, requires both air and fuel.
True.
At a balanced ratio. So when you have a cracked intake manifold, the air going in would not be balanced anymore, thereby resulting to your car misfiring or stalling.
So what do you do about that?
A very simple fix. You replace it. However, you might hear a whistling sound. You know, these are things you should listen out for. When you open your bonnet and you come here and you hear a whistling sound, one of the places the whistling sound will come from will be from the intake manifold.
Oh, wow.
Now, remember I also mentioned that it has to it controls air, basically.
Yeah.
Now, you have the air filter here. Okay? Now, the air filter is connected to the air snorkel, but let me not take you far because you're looking very confused.
Yeah,
like you're in a class.
We'll do it as one step at a time.
At a time. So I'll take it slow for you.
Okay.
So you've got the air
filter there.
Good. This is the air filter here, and you have the air filter in it, but this is the air filter compartment.
Okay.
You know, so it leads to the intake manifold.
Okay.
But just before you get there, you have what you call the throttle body.
The throttle body?
Yes. Locally, it's called injector mount.
Oh, so this is injector mount.
This is injector mount.
Okay. Throttle body.
It's the throttle body.
Okay.
So it has a flap in it.
You're going to tell a Nigerian mechanic, please, could you take a look at my throttle body? It's a guinea. Okay.
You know, so it's locally called injector mount.
Okay.
And it's controlled. This one is called the drive-by-wire type. So it's electronically controlled.
Okay.
So when you step on the accelerator, it has a flap that opens for air to come in.
Okay.
So while your air is coming in, it then goes into the intake manifold, and it mixes with the fuel on the injectors here. Okay. So basically that mix gives you the power you want. Okay. Now, another concern is how do we ensure it's cleaner here? We need to ensure we clean the air filter, replace the air filter itself, check that it's properly cleaned so as to reduce the amount of dirt that comes in the space. Wow,
wow. Wow, who would have thought that this, we see this all the time in a car, and you just feel it's one of those things that will work. Wow. It's funny how every component in a car has a particular function that helps the car run smoothly, no matter how tiny.
No matter how tiny.
Wow.
Very important you take note of this.
Okay, okay. We've taken notes. We've taken notes. I'm just curious about something quickly.
Tell me.
This particular place,
yeah,
you said if it has to be replaced completely.
Yeah, when it has an issue.
Okay.
If it's cracked or it's broken,
okay,
you might attempt to fix it.
Yes, that's where I was going. The Nigerian in me knows
wants
that
to fix it.
Some people might not be able to afford the whole thing. Is it possible to have it temporarily fixed? Is it a good idea? Is it advisable?
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay.
Unless it's very tiny, the fix has to be properly done.
Okay.
So you don't have air leaking out, because it's an airtight compartment.
Okay. Well, I'll bet I would rather say that it's best to just change it. Like,
Absolute change.
Fixing is not such a good idea. Thank you so much, Yomi Boss, today.
My pleasure.
Of Auto-Centric Garage.